Over the years, gaming genres evolved into many interesting iterations. Many developers looked for new ways to immerse the players into their imaginary worlds. In the beginning, all gaming mechanics were born with one purpose in mind: to entertain gamers' inner reflexes. As games evolved, more and more time was spent on perfecting the lore and making the game not only the agility or math logic test, but also a nutrition for our imagination. Games borrowed many great things from books, movies, music, history, art, religion, politics and more. Almost all you can imagine, thus becoming the ultimate entertainment. The best games out there are the ones that were built around its imagined lore. Only this way the game can be unique and become a classic for future generations. The operative no one leaves forever is exactly that game. At first, seeing a couple of screenshots, one may think it's just another FPS, but the truth is a lot deeper. Greg Hubbard, the main designer of NOLF, built his masterpiece gathering pieces from many classic sources that shaped espionage genre over the last 70 years, including computer and video games. Hideo Kojima with his Metal Gear can be considered as a major influence, along with other maestros and their classic titles like Thief: The Dark Project, Siphon Filter, GoldenEye 007, Tenchu Stealth Assassins and even Castle Wolfenstein. But majority of these games can be considered influential mainly because they are stealth-based games. NOLF gameplay mechanic, on the other hand, can be easily described as clever FPS game.
I hope you're happy. Why? Because I'm not.
This club is super groovy, don't you think so?
Leave me alone!
I wonder where my boyfriend is. He asked me to meet him here. These cramps are killing me.
Good afternoon, Miss Archer. They're expecting you in the briefing room.
The roots of clever FPS started way back in 1992 when Origin Systems released their game Ultima Underworld: The Stygian Abyss. That particular Ultima spin-off delivered an immersive first-person experience in the famous world of Britannia. It was basically a computer role-playing game, but in real-time 3D and in first person. You had the freedom to play as you wanted, not as game designers intended you to play it, considering the genre restrictions of course. The Stygian Abyss started a chain reaction of real-time 3D first-person computer role-playing games, like Might and Magic 6, 7 and 8, the Elder Scrolls series, Menzoberranzan, Strahd's Possession and many other titles. Elder Scrolls series is keeping that torch fired up even today. Bethesda even managed to butcher another title along the way. They butchered At the same time one more genre was born. FPS games that borrowed and combined different elements from another genres. Among them was System Shock.
There's no time to rest when your foe doesn't sleep. System Shock by Origin successfully weaves adventure and action to create a novel science fiction challenge. Marvel at the first-person 3D smooth-scrolling viewpoint as you jump, lean around corners, look up and down, crawl, and even fly in rocket boots. Experience the most sophisticated physics system in a computer game, complete with variable gravity, recoil, and explosions. Listen to the new dynamically layered music system while viewing realistic illumination effects.
A game that was built using the Stygian Abyss gameplay mechanic, but was based on classic Sterling, Decor Gibson cyberpunk, introducing many unique elements to the first-person shooter games. And it wasn't just a simple cyberpunk-style first-person shooter, it was a cyberpunk simulator. From what I said, you can pretty clearly feel the roots of clever FPS. Nowadays the genre is very popular. There is BioShock, Dishonored, Borderlands, Cryostasis, Stalker, Metro 2033, The Chronicles of Riddick and many more. But back to our main topic. In case of NOLF, we had a 60s super spy simulator. From the game's first-person perspective you could play stealthy or you could gun down everyone. Also the game had many secret intelligence items scattered across the levels. By gathering it, you could earn some power-ups and items. One of the items included super sneaky pink bunny slippers that reduced the noise you made while walking. Another reason to gather intelligence is reading the humorous text within them, or finding an important clue, or just learning more about the game lore. Hell, you could even complete the game without killing the majority of your enemies, outsmarting them or intoxicating them. Main protagonists' gadgets were also designed based on the invented lore. Our main protagonist's spy was a woman. So, a lot of gadgets and weapons were disguised as women beauty accessories. As players progressed through the game, new weapons were unlocked. All advanced gadgets were made by a familiar gadget scientist named Santa, very reminiscent of Q, from Bond's adventures. Stealth mechanic in combination with female Bond arsenal gave you very unique game tactics to dispose of your enemies. The most interesting way to play the game is using a non-lethal elimination tactic. Playing that way you can witness funny dialogues, and gather some information about the harm's infrastructure.
You look like you need a monkey. Excuse me, I have a very fine monkey for you. Only $20 American. Sorry, I don't want a monkey. What do you mean? I don't want a monkey. Why not? Because I don't like monkeys. Now get that filthy beast away from me. Are you insulting my monkey? I'm sure it's a perfectly excellent monkey, but I don't want it. Now please leave, I'm very busy. $10. No, I wouldn't want the dreadful thing even if it were free. Free? You want my children to starve? If they're hungry, I suggest you feed them the monkey. This is a valuable monkey. My wife would kill me if she knew I was offering it to you so cheap. You don't seem to understand. I don't want a monkey. Infidel.
Forget about living, my friend!
It appears they work like any other organization, and nobody seems disturbed by killing innocent people, because that's what you do when you are evil, right?
Curse you! May all your sons marry camels!
If you must curse someone, curse yourself. There are a lot of people who would kill to have this job. You should take your work more seriously.
The master super spy Cate Archer sometimes progresses through interactive dialogue scenes where she chooses the questions or responses.
Would you like
like me to call out the targets for you?
Where's the challenge in that? I just hope there are enough to keep me busy.
You may regret that sentiment.
Are you the specialist? We've been waiting for hours for someone to solve the Greasel situation.
I'll think about it.
I'm going to... What are you doing? They're just children!
There are a couple of boss fights. In one of them you must make your opponent mad at you by talking to him, otherwise he just leaves you to rot in your cell.
How about a fight?
What are you yapping about?
A fight, you and me, mano a mano.
You're challenging me to a fight?
If I win, you let me go.
And if I win?
I'm already at your mercy. Are you a sportsman or a bully?
As entertaining as it sounds, I'm not about to stake my reputation as a master criminal on a dare from a wee little girl.
Coward.
Are you trying to provoke me?
You're just afraid I'd clobber you.
Ha! I'd be more afraid of an angry chipmunk.
You stink like an open sewer.
Oh, that's my deodorant. You should smell me when I haven't bathed for a few days.
Maybe you should trade your kilt for a skirt.
Maybe you should shut your damn cake hole before I put my fist in it.
You hit like a girl anyway.
If you're not careful, I'll fold you across my knee and thrash you till you shriek.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you don't like girls.
Say that again and I'll wash your mouth out with soap.
Have you always been a coward, or is it a recent development?
Don't provoke me, missy. That's it! You pushed me too far, girlie!
Another thing that the game has are drivable vehicles. There are two of them, a motorcycle and a snowmobile. On larger maps they are very handy, and you can crush into your enemies, hearing a satisfying scream. So, let's just hope there will be a new No One Leaves Forever game someday. In the meantime, we have a very tight game schedule. See you in the next video, where we will explore in detail influences and inspirations that played a huge role in creation of this wonderful game series. Take care, laugh and grow fat.
You know how in spy shows the hero always gets away? Well, that just sets a considerable precedent, don't you think? Sure, it's just television shows, but it still makes me nervous.